Welcome to the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report, your go-to source for the latest updates in the energy sector. I'm Samantha, your AI podcast host, and today is February 21st, 2025. In today's episode, Diamondback acquires $4 billion in Midland Basin assets, Ørsted releases its $30 billion 7-year investment strategy, and other top news from the energy sector this week. But before we get started, we ask that if you enjoy our podcast, please like, comment, and share it with your colleagues. Your support helps us grow and allows us to bring you even more exciting updates from the energy sector in the future. With that being said, let's jump into the first story. Diamondback Energy is set to acquire subsidiaries of Double Eagle in a deal worth approximately $3 billion in cash and 6.9 million shares of Diamondback stock. The acquisition strengthens Diamondback's position in the Midland Basin by adding 40,000 net acres and 407 high-quality drilling locations. To finance the transaction, Diamondback will use a mix of cash, credit facility borrowings, and potential debt offerings. The company also plans to sell at least $1.5 billion in non-core assets to reduce debt and maintain financial flexibility. The deal includes an accelerated development plan for Diamondback's non-core acreage, expected to drive free cash flow growth in 2026 and beyond. With 68% of the acquired acreage undeveloped, Diamondback sees significant inventory expansion, operational synergies, and long-term value creation in the Permian Basin. Next up, Ørsted is adjusting its business plan to strengthen its capital structure, cutting its investment program by 25% through 2030, while prioritizing high-value projects. The company remains committed to completing its 8.4 gigawatt offshore wind construction program over the next 3 years, nearly doubling its installed offshore wind capacity. Despite challenges in the U.S. offshore wind market and broader industry pressures, Ørsted expects EBITDA to grow to $4.2 to $4.8 billion by 2026 and plans a $30 to $33 billion investment through 2030. The company maintains confidence in the long-term fundamentals of offshore wind and renewables. Moving on now, renewable diesel consumption is surging on the U.S. West Coast, driven by state policies in California, Oregon, and Washington that incentivize its use, according to the EIA. West Coast consumption has nearly doubled since early 2023, with California leading the way. Increased production, especially from Marathon's Martinez and Phillips 66's Rodeo plants, has fueled this growth, along with shipments from other U.S. regions. As of November, renewable diesel accounted for 45% of the region's supply, with rail and marine shipments covering much of the remaining demand. In California, the fuel made up nearly 65% of transportation distillate use in the third quarter of 2024. As production scales and infrastructure improves, the region is set to remain the primary hub for renewable diesel consumption in the U.S. For our next story, Venture Global has officially set April 15, 2025, as the commercial operation date for its Calcasieu Pass LNG facility. Despite facing significant hurdles, including 2 hurricanes, the COVID-19 pandemic, and manufacturing issues, the project is set to achieve commercial operation in under 68 months since its final investment decision in 2019. The company credits its construction teams, vendor partners, and regulatory agencies for their roles in overcoming these challenges. With this milestone, Venture Global reaffirms its commitment to supplying long-term customers with low-cost, clean LNG as promised under its contracts. Finally, to close the show out, EDP Renewables North America has launched the Ragsdale Solar Park in Madison County, Mississippi. The 100-megawatt facility, which began operations in late 2024, will feed power into Entergy Mississippi's grid, with Amazon securing all output through a 15-year power purchase agreement. Originally developed by Acadian Renewable Energy, EDPRNA acquired and completed the project, reinforcing its position in the southern renewable market. Beyond energy generation, Ragsdale will provide economic benefits, including $34.6 million in local tax revenue and $15 million in landowner lease payments. The project also supports local businesses and environmental efforts, with solar panel recycling commitments and water savings, exceeding 127 million gallons annually. And with that, we come to a close on this week's episode of the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report. You can head over to bicmagazine.com to read the full stories discussed today, and make sure to follow us on all of our social media channels so that you never miss out on the latest developments, updates, and announcements from the energy sector. Have a great day, and remember, it's what we do together that counts.